take a stroll through the heart of this city that we know so well. Charities and shops with stories to tell. Community connections, that's the way. We light up local every day. From the fun to the heart to the city's soul. It's Marlboro Pride, let's roll. WMCT, it's where we'll be. Marlboro Pride on your TV.
Hello, Marlboro. I'm Ryan Maliar. Welcome to another episode of Community Connections on this blustery, cold Friday. You know, all of us are getting ready to hunker down for this big winter storm that's coming in. But what a great way to end my week here in the studio, by having another fun conversation with one of our local community members. And today I'm really excited to have Laura Terzigny, who's the vice president of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metrowest. It's not just a singular club we're talking about.
Correct.
We're talking about multiple clubs, and I'm so excited to just learn a little bit more about Boys and Girls Clubs. Thanks for being here, Laura.
Thank you for having me. I'm really happy to be here.
First off, congratulations. I just heard that you gave birth to a lovely little baby boy.
Yes, yep. So I have a 4-year-old and a 4-month-old, 2 boys.
Two boys getting ready to be snowed in together in a snowstorm.
Yes, it'll be a fun weekend. How about that?
It sure will. Excellent. Well, talking about kids and having fun, that is sort of the essence of the Boys and Girls Clubs. Am I right?
It is. It
Absolutely.
is. Yeah.
So explain to me the model that we have here in Marlboro, because it's a little different. Most towns or cities are lucky if they have a singular club.
Yes.
And here we are serving multiple communities.
We do. Yeah. So we started in 1944 as the Marlboro Boys Club. We served Marlboro exclusively up until 1999 or so, and then we actually merged with the Hudson Boys and Girls Club and the Hudson Youth Center. We became the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Marlboro. And we were really lucky. 2000, 2001, we expanded into Framingham, and that's when we became the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metrowest. And so we have 3 standalone clubhouse units in Hudson, Marlboro, and Framingham. And then we also serve the Marlboro Public Schools with the before and after school program in all 4 of the elementary schools.
So serving the before and after school programs, does that mean that they are coming to the Boys and Girls Club and then being bused back and forth, or do you have staff? Explain it to me.
Sure. So our Discovery Club, which is our licensed childcare programs in the schools, we send staff to the schools and the kids get dropped off there. They're there from 7 to 9:30 or so, and then they come back after school, and we're open till 6 in the schools.
Wow. And then other students come from their schools directly to the clubs. Are these mostly older students then, or?
A large mix.
Yeah.
We serve 1st grade through 12th grade in our traditional club on Pleasant Street, and we have kids bused from all of the elementary schools and the middle school. And they come to the club, and we're open until 6 p.m. for our younger students and until 8 or 9, depending upon the day, for our older students.
What a great opportunity, especially, for a parent who has to work.
Yes.
It's not just a daycare. It is the opportunities at these clubs are just sort of endless.
Yeah.
So what can students dip their toes into at a club? A student comes after a typical day of school, and what do they do?
Sure. So what's really special about a Boys and Girls Club is we are not childcare.
No.
Yes, we offer some childcare solutions, but we are a youth development organization, which means we foster the independence of youth. And when youth come into our building, they have the choice to what they want to do that day. So we offer programs in academic success, workforce readiness, the arts, health and life skills, character and leadership. And those are some of our core programs. And then we have all the fun stuff. We have the gym and the games room and the STEM room and the playroom for the younger kids. And so it's our responsibility to make sure that those rooms are not only staffed, but they're staffed with youth development professionals. So young people who have gone through training to be in those positions, and then to make sure that the programs are high yielding, that there's a purpose to them. Even if you're in the playroom playing with magnet tiles, that there's a purpose. We're talking about building a tower and the STEM activity behind it. And so it's our responsibility to set up that structure. And then we give the freedom to our members to say, what do you want to learn? And of course, there's a little negotiation that goes in to make sure you get your homework done and you do all the important things. But
And there's even like a room specifically for homework and even some
yes.
homework support too.
Yes, our learning center is open every day, and that offers homework help and also access to more resources that align with the school's curriculum. So maybe some math help or English language help. But yeah, we set up the structure, and the kids get to choose what they want to do.
It's incredible to think that there is sort of this hierarchy umbrella of this development that a student might not even know that they are being prepared for different things as they go to these different rooms and pursue these different activities. But the instructors know there's a reason behind this, that this can really make an impact in your life and your character.
Yes. And it's so important, especially that kids have the opportunity to make mistakes, learn from their mistakes, and to try out new things, and to really explore what sticks with them and what doesn't stick with them. And so the club is that safe space. You know, when mistakes happen or situations come up, a staff member can talk to a kid and say, hey, let's talk about that. Why did that happen? Why did we do that? Okay, let's learn from it. Let's do differently next time. And so the club is really meant to be a place where kids feel safe and they can go through that trial and error so that they can grow.
What's been really special is for as long as I've been here, there have been these lovely awards breakfasts, and those have developed over time, where there's always a youth of the year. And these are students that grew up in the program and then grew into like really wonderful sort of leadership positions that set great examples. Tell me a little bit more about that honor and some of those students.
Of course. So our Youth of the Year program is a program for our high school students, and it's exactly what you said. It's kids who grew up in the club, who grew up relying on our services, participating in our services, and a lot of them have gone on to work for us part-time, but they remain involved. They're not just another staff member. And so the Youth of the Year Award, we select one from every clubhouse. It's a nomination process, and then it's a really formal process. These kids go through an application. They have to write an essay. They have to write a personal statement. They go through a panel interview where they have to tell their story and, explain what it means to them to be selected as Youth of the Year. And then one individual is selected as our organization Youth of the Year, and they go on to represent us at the statewide.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and they do that at Gillette Stadium, and it's all the Boys and Girls Clubs in Massachusetts, and this one individual gets to represent us there.
Hearing some of the speeches that they've delivered and the impact that the club has had on them is so beautiful and touching. Hearing about students that came from immigrant families, which is one that pops into my mind, where their parents didn't even speak English, and they found this outlet where not only were they embraced and welcomed, but then they learned English as well throughout their time in this program. And it became such a home to them and such a source of pride, not only for them individually, but for their family as well, to see how they have grown into young adults in the program. It's really special.
It is. The club is a very, very special place.
Now, organizationally, 3 different clubs. What are those locations again? Marlborough?
Hudson, Marlborough, Framingham.
Framingham. So you're vice president. Is there leadership at each individual program, or are you sort of in one central office with a mighty team managing all of these clubs?
Sure. So we have a central administration team. So it's myself, our CEO, our director of program impact, our director of finance. And then each of the clubhouses has a club director and 3 full-time staff.
Okay.
So we're very lucky here in Marlborough. Steve Zepf has been our club director, and he is a longtime Marlborough name. He's been here with our organization for 30 years or so.
Wow. So because you're splitting your resources, your income between different clubs, does that affect them in any particular way?
Yeah, I think, so we're a $4 million organization spread over 3 individual buildings. And
Yes.
so our operational costs are astronomical, especially when you consider utilities rising at the rate they
Well,
are.
even
And
just considering the busing that you do,
yes,
you
we
know?
bus across all 3 communities, we bus from 15 schools.
hmm
And we pay $225 per day per bus.
Just add that up.
Yes.
And that's just a fraction.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Each club on any given day has 15 staff members. So our operational costs are really high. And one
Yeah.
thing that I always make a point to clarify is we are so lucky to be associated with the brand Boys and Girls Club.
Okay.
There's a massive misconception that we receive funding from Boys and Girls Clubs of America. We do not. We get, last year I believe we got $15,000. That's not making much of a dent in terms of our operational costs. And so the advantage to having the Boys and Girls Club name and being part of Boys and Girls Clubs of America is access to the curriculum. It's access to the training for our staff. It's access to this brand that's bigger than ourselves. But it is so important that we make the local connections because we're all individually funded. We are all responsible for our own fundraising. So Metrowest, we're responsible for raising our $4 million budget and with very little help from the national organization. And so I always like to put that out there because I think sometimes there's the misconception that we're this national brand and that we have all this revenue and all this access to money, when the reality is we're not. We're a mid-size local nonprofit.
But at the same time, the branding of this national organization, it's remained in really good standing. And if anything, it's become more positive over the years,
Yes.
changing from just boys club to what it is now, a boys and girls club.
Yes.
And changing how it has from just hearing that it was a fun way to play kickball after school to
Exactly.
something that has really turned into this character building and
Absolutely.
resource to really, it's the best extracurricular you could imagine because you
is.
can touch on so many different points.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How have the different clubs developed different characters?
Sure. So I always start our Hudson Club. There's 2 gyms there. So think about every kid loves to go to the gym after school. They play these awesome, fun games. They were doing bucket drumming the other day. So much fun. Their sports club. All those kids, they're in the gym all the time. Our Framingham Club is arts-based. They all love STEM and the arts and the hands-on activities. And Marlboro is the perfect blend of both of them.
Ooh,
We
lucky
run
Marlboro.
the basketball league. We have a great tech center. Yeah, they're the perfect combo.
Amazing. So did you grow up as a club kid?
I did not, but
Oh,
I
but you
did have
were-
the opportunity to work during our summer camp program in high school and college.
Okay. So what was that like for you, and how has that sort of impacted the way you approached the role that you have now?
Sure. So I always knew I wanted to be in some sort of nonprofit field, and I loved kids. And so I was looking for a summer job, and typical high school, college kid, I want like the most fun job I can find, but I also need to get paid for it at the same time.
Yes.
Club was perfect. We go on field trips. We're out of the club almost, at least once or twice a week. We're doing all these really fun things. And what changed was that I really fell in love with the mission and the way that we carried out our mission. We weren't just a summer program where people drop their kids off. And yeah, we have long hours and that's great, but there was intention behind what we were doing. And so for me, that opportunity and that experience gave me the lived experience of what our mission means in action. And now in my role, where it's really my honor to talk about our mission and the work that our staff do, I'm able to relate to what they do every day.
And you get to see firsthand that mission being implemented,
Yes,
right?
exactly. I say every single day, my favorite part about my job is talking about our kids and our staff who put in the work. And all of that makes the magic come to life. And it's hard to say no to the Boys and Girls Club once you see the impact in action.
Incredible. Well, we're going to take a brief pause,
Great.
and I have so much more I want to learn about what you're doing, and
Sure.
especially how the community can help serve this mission as well.
Absolutely.
So we're going to hear a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
It's shout-out time. WMCT-TV would like to thank our sponsors for supporting community media here in Marlborough, Massachusetts. Drumet Hair Salon and Day Spa, offering services including extensions and keratin smoothing, coloring and blonding, precision cutting, and more. Drumet Hair Salon and Day Spa is located at 31 Spring Hill Ave in Marlborough, Massachusetts. The Coffee Loft. Coffee and community is their motto, as they serve up lattes, cold brew, tea, sandwiches, and pastries too. The Coffee Loft is open 7 days a week at 406 Lincoln Street, here in Marlborough. The Vin Bin, bringing you the best in wine, cheese, brew, and gourmet sandwiches for 20 years and counting. The Vin Bin is located at 91 Main Street in Marlborough. Author and illustrator Mark Martirosian, host of TV's Drawing with Mark on WMCT-TV. Mark is offering free downloadable activity pages for kids of all ages. Email pennyarcadecreative@gmail.com for more information. Leah Owen, marketing and business consultant. Leah's team members and partners share her belief that great organizations, from businesses to nonprofits and more, deserve to be seen, heard, and celebrated. From social media strategy to community events, this boutique marketing agency helps local brands and organizations grow with purpose and personality.
Thanks for joining us and sticking around for this episode of Community Connections. I'm here with Laura Terzigny, Vice President of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metrowest. So we were just breaking the ice a little bit about the funding for the club.
Sure.
Because you're saying that this national organization of Boys and Girls Clubs doesn't fund the club. It really is reliant on your own fundraising.
Yes.
So explain who these big funding partners are and how they come to be.
Sure. We're lucky enough to have some really great relationships with some large companies in the area. You know, Boston Scientific here in Marlborough is a huge supporter of the club. TJX, you know, some of the big names that are right in our backyard. But we also really rely on foundations. So the Sudbury Foundation, Cummings Foundation, those are two of our large funders. And individuals, we still raise significant dollars through individual donations that start at $5, $10 to, you know, more significant gifts. But it's always incredible to me, that when we look at our kind of appeals process in, you know, month of December, when everyone's making really generous gifts, the number of gifts that we get, $5, $10, $25, those add up so significantly. And that really is a lot of our individual donors is people who feel passionate about our mission and give what they can and make an incredible impact with that.
Wow. Is there a large fundraising event every year that people can keep their eyes open for with
Sure.
50/50s and gift baskets and raffles and sort of
Yes.
Okay.
We do run an annual gala in October. This year it
Mhm.
will be October 23rd at the Sheridan in Framingham. Hosts about between 300 and 400 people every year. It's a really fun special mission moment. But I will say in Marlborough, we also host our youth awards in May. It was going to be in June this year, June 4th, I believe it is.
Got to put on the calendar.
Yes. And anything to connect with our mission. But what I will also say is if somebody's interested in learning more, there is nothing more fun than coming to the club after school, with an appointment, of course,
Yes.
and doing a club walk and walking through the building and seeing all the kids in action.
And there are so many ways to give, and it doesn't always have to be a monetary gift. So,
Yeah.
like, say for instance, so like I have a theater background,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking, oh, I'd love to offer a drama program.
Yeah.
And would that be a possibility?
Absolutely. Our mission is to provide kids with as many opportunities and experiences as we can. And that's limited to our lived experiences of our staff. And so anything that we can do to supplement our experiences, we absolutely want to do that.
So if there is a business that like a karate school
Yes.
or an art school, that is looking for a way to give back,
Yes.
and some of these businesses don't have a lot of extra money to give,
Right.
but if they are looking for a way to get involved, this is a way they can give by just offering these classes and these services.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Have you had any fun, different pop-up, not vendors, I don't know, pop-up teachers come in at all?
We've done a few over the years. I don't know what's coming to mind, but we absolutely do. We have programs that run. We have a really cool STEM bus that comes to the Marlboro Club during the summer, and it's this big converted RV that has hands-on STEM activities, and they come
Neat.
and spend the day. We've done art classes. We actually partnered with you guys many years ago and did a newscasting class for some of our kids in the summer and things like that.
Okay, maybe we got to brainstorm.
Yes.
But I'm just thinking, anyone who has a skill or something they're passionate about,
Yeah.
maybe you're a DJ and you know how to mix on a turntable, like what kid wouldn't want to learn how to do that? You know, like things that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
If you...
As simple as baking club, if someone likes to bake.
Is there a kitchen?
We do have a small kitchen, yes,
Okay,
not a commercial kitchen, but a very small kitchen. In Framingham, we have a crochet club. So someone who loves to crochet and loves kids, that would be a perfect fit.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the summer is really the bread and butter. The summer is where it happens because these kids get to spend a lot of time together and form these relationships that really could last a lifetime.
Yes.
So what's the vibe in the summer? It's different than than the after school program.
It is. The summer is like a family. You know, it's 8 weeks. We're open 10 hours a day. Some kids are there from the moment we open to the moment we close.
Is it just Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday.
Okay.
And
just Monday through Friday.
Just Monday through Friday. Yes, and we go on some field trips. We go to the Museum of Science. We go to beaches. We go all sorts of different places and get the kids out of the building and go do something fun. Summer is a very special time. You know, I always think back to what are my favorite memories as a kid. And for so many of the kids who we serve, coming to camp at the club is where they're going to form those memories that 10, 20, 30 years from now, they think back and think, remember the first time I went to Singing Beach? I was with the club. You know, those are their memories. And it's what an honor we have to be the place where they spend their summer and to offer those memories.
Wow. How long is that program again?
It's 8 weeks during the summer.
Do you have to do all 8 weeks, or can students come and go, or can they pay for a week? Or...
Yep, it's 1 week registration, so pick the weeks you want to come.
Well, that's flexible too.
Yes.
So you're not like forced into an 8-week curriculum.
Nope,
that
exactly.
you're expected to be there the whole time. It's really broken up into 1 week sessions.
Yes.
So I don't want to put it in the spot. Like, what are the costs involved? Is it cost prohibitive for certain families to be able to access this fabulous opportunity?
Our advertised cost is $185 a week, which is
a steal.
For summer camp. But what I will say is we never turn a child away. We have access to scholarship dollars. We fundraise for our scholarship fund. Last summer, we distributed more than $80,000 in scholarships for kids to come to camp. We work with the United Way. We work with homeless shelters. We work with foster families. We work with anyone who needs a place for a child to go during the day to be safe. We will find a way to make it happen.
Wow. Are there any like sort of, I don't know, I think about like the last day of like actual school and like field day.
Yes.
Like, are there any like really special summer celebrations that happen?
Yes, we do a really fun field day.
You do a field day?
We do, and we bring our Hudson and our Marlboro clubs together. We do it at the Hudson Elks, and they're outside, and it's so much fun. They're just running around.
Any cross-club competitions, Hudson
Always.
versus Marlboro?
Always.
Oh, see, like it sounds like a blast, you know?
Yes.
You've bonded with these friends over the summer and like, here comes the other club. Okay, kickball's happening today.
Exactly.
Water balloon fight is on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We do that. We do so many fun field trips, as I mentioned. A lot of kids. will look at the schedule and say, I want to come the day we're going to the Museum of Science. That's the week I got to go to camp. And so
Yeah.
we really try hard to push out our schedules early so that people know what they're signing up for.
Any ETA when the summer schedule is going to be released?
Mid-February.
Okay.
Mid-February, it should be up.
So that just that gives you a full calendar breakdown of all the different things that might be going on.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That's great.
Yep, and tweaks as summer gets closer, but so many incredible field trips. Long-standing one is we go to George's Island in Boston. The kids get to ride the boat out to the island and explore, and so some really fun traditions and trips that come back year after year. And you can look back at pictures of kids when they were 5 or 6 going to George's Island, and now they're 14 years old and they're going on the same trip. So some really fun traditions that we've built as well.
Yeah. Let's talk about summer staffing, because it's a whole different crew that's required to run this summer program.
Yes.
So who's a good match to join this team?
College kids.
Okay.
Love our college kids. Upper high school kids. Camp is a long day of playing and engaging with kids. So
you can't zone out and be on your phone. You
No.
have to be present.
Exactly.
Is there a phone-free rule? Are kids allowed to have phones at camp?
That is a massive struggle that we have.
I can only imagine.
We provide some phone time,
Mhm.
usually about 20 minutes after lunch let's take a moment, calm down, relax. But for most of the day, we're phone free.
Wow. Oh, let's talk about lunch though for a moment. Are students? Is it a bag lunch sort of thing? You have to bring your own food?
Yes. However, we do have community partners that provide us with lunches. So if a child arrives and they don't have a lunch, we always have a prepped lunch for them.
Always have something.
Always have something.
With no nuts.
Yes. No nuts. That is the rule. No nuts.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Where can people find out more information? Your Facebook is pretty active too.
Our Facebook is very active. So many fun pictures of the kids on there. But I really recommend reaching out to us on our website, which is bgcmetrowest.org. My contact information is on there. Would love the opportunity to talk to anyone about their experiences with the club, or if they want to come visit the club,
and bring your potential camper to
Yes.
your potential club member
Yes.
for that tour, because even I've experienced so many students that are shy or a little bit reserved and are really nervous about being in a social situation,
Yeah.
especially one that's as grand as this.
Yes.
But there's a place for everyone, right?
There truly is, and that's what's so special about the club is staff can pinpoint. Oh, you know what? We're gonna get to know this member even better. We're gonna figure out what they like, and hey, I know we're doing Legos in the tech center today, and we're building robots. I know you'll love that. Come on, let's do it together. And so our staff are so intentional about getting to know our members and to really finding those activities. So please, anyone is welcome. We will find the right place for you.
Well, it's been such a pleasure having you today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Please keep me posted with all this fun Boys and Girls Club activity.
I will.
And like I said, we got to chat, because there must be some way for us to get involved this summer.
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe a little podcasting thing, or
So much fun.
that would be
Yes,
fun.
that
Okay,
would
we'll
be fun.
talk, we'll
Yeah.
talk. Well, that brings us to the end of another episode of Community Connections. I'm Ryan Maliar. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again soon.